Hi guys, and welcome to my review for The New Mutants. Now this movie has had a lot of trouble, and it's mainly been a problem because the studio, which is 20th Century Fox, really didn't know how to deal with this particular movie idea or project. It's an X-Men movie. It's a different type of X-Men movie. Now, a couple of different problems arose. Well, quite a few different problems arose for this movie. 20th Century Fox were bought out by Disney, who own Marvel. So all the Marvel comic book characters that Fox owned have now reverted back to Marvel. And yeah, it's an interesting situation that this film found itself in. It was shelved for, I think, a year, 2 years? Well, it's technically been 2 years, I think, since it was originally completed. The crazy thing about it is that Kevin Feige from Marvel decided that, yeah, it was fine as it was. No reshoots needed to put it out there. And then it was put out there. I didn't watch it when it came out. I was busy, I think, and it wasn't really a priority for me at the time. And obviously we're still in this situation nearly 7 months later. And yeah, so what did I do? I went to watch it last week. And what the fuck did I watch? Oh my god, I thought Dark Phoenix was bad. This is just something else. This was like, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Or like a really crappy kids version of the Twilight Zone or something. It was, I don't know, it could have been something really good, and it could have been a way to incorporate mutants into Disney / Marvel productions, and it could have been an easy entry point. But I don't know if anyone's going to watch this movie, if anybody has watched this movie. I haven't looked at any of the box office details on it, but it opens up with something weird happening in a Native American reservation. And this girl wakes up. Her dad's waking her up and trying to save her from whatever's happening. And then he dies. And I guess that's her traumatic. That's the traumatic thing that happens to her when she develops those powers, because if you know anything about the X-Men, it happens usually when they're in their early teens and they are in the process of some kind of really traumatic episode in their life. And oh my gosh, what can I say? I've never watched a movie like less than 15 minutes in and thought this is dragging. I don't know why, but it was just dumb. And it was just, I don't know, like the characters are all cliches and they're all like proper on the nose kind of cliches. It's like there's no actual development in their character at all. There's no kind of anything, to be honest with you. So first we have the Native American girl called Dani, the champion of the world, and she is obviously who we are following. She's the hero of the story. And then we have this strange doctor lady in a hospital that is a bit odd. There's nothing actually wrong with her herself, but the actual place is a bit weird. It's like high security kind of hospital environment. And then we meet the rest of the cast, and there really isn't that many more members of the cast than what I'll be discussing. So we have this weird Irish Scottish cat face girl, and we have what's her name? I can't remember her name. We've got a Alita Battle Angel with a Russian voice, with a Russian accent. And we have Pablo Escobar, or Alberto del Jerkface. And we have the guy from Stranger Things, the creepy looking inbred guy from Stranger Things. And then who else do we have? We have somebody else. Oh, actually, do we have anyone else? Okay. I can't remember. See, this is how much the characters meant. So, yeah, straight off the bat, cat face girl is like sending droopy lovey-dovey eyes to Danny, and it's like, okay, you gotta be completely on the nose about everything now from now on. Then we've got the Russian Alita Battle Angel, who is actually I don't know, like a character from Soul Calibur, which is a game from the 90s, I would like to say. Yeah, it's a game from the 90s. And then she's just completely arsey to Danny, and is like, oh yeah, hello new girl, you bitch. And it's like, okay, that was easy. We know who's going to be the antagonist. And then we have this chilled out Alberto del Dickface, who's just a complete rich boy, pretty boy kind of arsehole. And then you've got this really weird looking guy that looks like he's been battered and bruised so many times, and like he's just really introverted. And yeah, we get to meet all these guys, and then gradually, not even straight off the bat or even like going into a certain person's history or power, we actually do get to see that, but obviously, like I say, it's gradually. And it's just a lot of time filler. So it's not an interesting set of characters, really. You've seen them all before. They're proper stereotypes. And they do come together at the end of the movie, which is good for the movie. But some of the things are just a bit stupid, and some of the things aren't believable. So you've got catface lady, Scottish Irish accent voice lady, who is like straight away in love with this with the new girl, who's now totally into catface girl. And yeah, I don't know what happens. They just kiss or something, and then what happens to, so bitch face Alita Battle Angel tries to create friction and tries to find out what Danny's power is. And this is amazing. Do you know what Danny's power is? The power to read your mind and make things come out of your mind and try to kill you or something of the sort. But yeah, so she's got psionic abilities, and it's interesting. And then we find out that the doctor, maybe a doctor, in real life, but she's also an agent of, oh crap, what's the name of the company again? So she's part of Stryker's task force into recruiting X-Men or people with the X gene to go and basically train them to be like killers. And yeah, so we see a bit of that. And is it interesting? It's all right. The music in it's a bit dumb in places, but it actually services the movie fine. The action, there isn't that much of. Again, like I say, the characters aren't very well built either. But it's all about how adults are bad to kids, I think, in most respects. And that's what I took from it. And obviously some adults are, but unfortunately you never know who, where, when, and what, why, and next, and all that kind of stuff. So it's not painting adults in a good picture, to be honest with you, but movies these days don't do that anyway. This is just like a completely retarded way of representing people in movies. Yeah, ignoring all the bad shit, I did think that this movie would be good for like 8-year-olds. There are a couple of scary scenes in it, but apart from that, it's fine. It's nothing amazingly scary. It's not amazingly, genre changing in respect to comic book movies being horrific. I think Blade was the best balance of horror and comic book adaptation. Ghost Rider, I think the first one to some extent I quite enjoyed. So I wasn't really a big fan of Ghost Rider, and there aren't really that many other comic book / horror movie combinations that are actually any good. So I'll just leave it there. The Punisher I wouldn't class as horror, although it did have quite a few good like scenes in there, like a bit of like gory scenes. But yeah, so getting back to this movie. See, I want to talk about other movies more than I want to talk about this one. It's so shit. I don't know why I had so many high hopes for it after watching Dark Phoenix. And it just goes to show, like, all these Hollywood writers and producers, they don't know shit, basically. I could write a better movie with comic book characters. All you have to do, the source material is actually there. All you have to do is go and read a collection of books and make up a story that can be filmed in a movie way. And there you have it. Just do what Marvel do in making their own movies. But I am so glad that the X-Men movies are back with Marvel now. So they'll be making better movies out of those characters. And I'm hoping we're going to get all the outfits that they had in the comics, because it's not a comic book movie if you don't have those, so it's needed. So going back to this movie, would I recommend it? No way. So on my new scale of 1 to 10, I give this maybe a 4.5. Yeah, I'll give it a 4.5. So it's below average. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.